I've been sculpting the butter cow for 4 years. And before that, I was apprenticed with Duffy for about 15 years. This year I'm sculpting a Jersey cow and also honoring the 40th anniversary of Apollo 11 with Neil Armstrong's first steps on the moon. And I'm sculpting an astronaut as well as a backdrop of the moon with the lunar module, as well as a butter TV, which I'm really excited. It's the first time I've used technology in the cooler. It's showing a looping footage of the moon landing. So it shows 2 minutes of highlights from that, and the TV is sculpted out of butter, and it shows black and white footage. So it's a really kind of a fun way to incorporate those memories that people have of Apollo 11. This year, Todd Lyon is helping me. He's the grandson of Duffy Lyon, and he started helping his grandma when he was 11, and then continued being my assistant when I took over in 2006. The butter cow has 550 to 600 pounds of butter on it. A lot depends on the breed that we do. The Jersey would be the smallest breed, and so depending on, if we do a larger breed, like last year was an Ayrshire, it had a little bit more, 650 pounds or so on it. The butter is low moisture, so that's the only thing that's different from any butter that you would just get for baking, but it is salted, so it tastes good. When I get new butter, I do taste it. I love butter, so you have to make sure it's good. I am my worst critic. I joke with my husband that I could keep doing this indefinitely. It's hard for me to say I am done. If I would happen to come during the fair with my family and look through the cooler from a distance, I would say, oh, I'd never noticed that needs to be fixed. That's not quite right. And I would come in and I would work on it again. So I am very critical of my work and have a hard time being finished. I do work on the sculpting exhibit during the fair. I really think that it's fun for people to see the finished cow, but kind of what the process is like. So I do enjoy kind of demonstrating. When I'm inside sculpting and there's people outside during the fair, I really don't notice that they're out there. A lot of times I don't even hear them unless they would knock. And so I try to tell my friends or family, to knock on the door, not to knock on the window rather, and get my attention so that I can wave or acknowledge that they've come. I did have one gentleman, one of my first years, I was in sculpting and he knocked and I waved and he kind of motioned for me to get out of the way. He wanted to take a better picture and I was blocking his view. So I learned that some people would rather just see it finished. So I do try to get out of the cooler and allow people that just want to see the sculpture finished, allow them to see that as well.